So I'm not quite sure how to react, because when I saw the Neil Custard thing a few weeks ago about it's going to be done in October and a few other bits, I kind of got excited about it, like you naturally would, because I can't really hide my emotion on that front. And it's the same thing with this, really, because if this is true, and I tend to lean more towards that simply just because I said a month ago or 2 months ago, I think they're going to end up staying because they're looking at the landscape. But we'll dive into them details after we kind of read the quotes out. But my initial reaction is I'm just absolutely fuming. I'm sick to death of being dragged through the mud with these owners. So yeah, let's see what the quotes are saying and the specific details, and we'll get into it. You're on mute.
Sorry. From the Mail Sport, I'm not sure who the reporter is because there is a paywall, so I can't find out who the reporter is. But these are the quotes that have been released. Breaking: Manchester United will be taken off the market by the Glazer family after bidders failed to reach their asking price, in a huge blow to furious fans as the Glazers want to hold out for £10 billion for the club. Sources with long-standing close ties to the Glazer family, the Glazers are thick-skinned and won't be influenced by negative fan reactions. Yeah, we know that. The Glazer family want to try to sell again in 2025 when they hope financial and environmental factors may attract more bidders. Glazers hope Ten Hag can deliver major silverware to Manchester United over the next 2 seasons, which would help boost the sale price in 2025. The Glazers are holding out for $10 billion to part ways with Manchester United. That is the quotes in full. I'm just double checking, see if there's anything else. But yeah, that is the quotes in full.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it a couple of times before. The way the landscape of football is at the minute, with this huge Saudi investment going on, which is obviously affecting English football's price goes up everywhere, inflation, because just simply how much money they're spending overseas. And with the new Champions League format, where 5 teams get into it now, that equals more money. Just a natural factor. If you hold on to United and if they're successful, then the price goes up as well. So they're probably looking at it, and people might hate me saying this, but they're probably not wrong that they can get more money next year. That's one thing I'd say. Now, does that mean I want them to of course not the Glazers. I hate them. I want them to piss off. But they know they can get more money. The only language they speak is money. So if you say to them, look, you can sit on it for 12 months. Yeah, you'll have a few protests. You know, this will happen, that'll happen, or whatever. But you could probably withstand this for the next 12 months, the heat that you're going to get, if you want to achieve that price tag that you set out. My thoughts are, I don't know what you think about this, Sam. Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, what are they going to think about this when they see this kind of news? Because they've equally, like us, are kind of sat there with these NDAs, not being able to say anything, and are in the mud about it because they don't know what's happening themselves. So does that mean they're going to have to wait another 12 months? Or is that, right, the bid's completely off the table, and then we kind of will discuss it next year? I don't know the logistics of it.
Yeah, there's the story is Alex Miller. That's the journalist. He's a sports finance journalist and editor with the Mail on Sunday and the Sunday Mail. So yeah, that's the guy who's it. But yeah, I think there was a report a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, it might have been actually, that when the Rain Group, who are the people responsible for selling the club, when they first spoke to the Glazers, they convinced them that they could get up to 10 billion for the club. And that was the price point. And they said, oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to get 10 billion for you. And I think the Glazers, various Glazers, I don't know if it was Joel and Avram, said they wanted 6 billion to sell. And I think it's reached 5.6 or something, whatever the number is that she just him. And like most of the Glazers are willing to sell at that point, but Joel and Avram are not. They wanted 6 billion at least. Now, whether they think in 2 years it's going to be worth 10 for the reasons you said, with the Saudi and the European expansion and the Super Club and all that sort of stuff, maybe that's the case. But yeah, I believe the Rain Group said £10 billion was the price they think they could fetch for it. So maybe that's been in their heads the entire time, that they think this is what the club could be worth, and if they just hold on to it for two years, they can then get the 10 billion, essentially almost doubling what they're getting right now.
Would you agree with that assessment? Obviously not, again, I have to reiterate, not the point that they might be staying. Obviously, I mean, do you think that they would be right in assuming that they're going to get more money next year, so they're better selling them, so they get the price?
It's definitely possible that they could.
If they're successful as well, of course, with United, which...
But again, this is the thing with with the success. They think, oh, Ten Hag can deliver success, but the problem is, you have to have a well-run football club, and you have to back the manager to the full extent if you want success. Like if you look at City, if you look at Arsenal, if you look at Chelsea, especially, they have backed the manager to the absolute hill, and they have got deals done quickly and efficiently, got players out the door, even more importantly, and move players on quickly in order to get the team and get to compete with the best in the world. We don't do that. We don't operate that way. We don't get the best players in. We don't get them in on time. We don't sell well. Our training facilities are behind the times. Our stadium's behind the times. We don't have a proper director of football who's in a football background. He's a finance. He's a banker. Every other football club has someone who's involved in football or knows about football. So we're already behind. So if they think Ten Hag is going to deliver success and they don't do any of this stuff, he isn't, and he's just going to become another casualty like Louis van Gaal, like Jose, like Ragnick, all of them who, if you backed them and you gave them the full support, they would bring you success. But they haven't. They've never have with managers. So that's where they're at now. So I see what their thinking is, but at the same time, there's no evidence to back it up, really, is there?
Mm. And also, whilst things may be progressing on the pitch, depending on your outlook on it, other things around that, i.e. like facilities and the stadium in itself, like what are you just gonna let that rust for another year? You're not gonna do anything about it. You've got no plans to improve the training facilities, training ground. What about transfer? Does that mean another Glazers summer? Is next summer when we need significant investment ultimately with all the other clubs that are kind of doing business? Like, is a lot of questions coming out of it. One thing, like I said to you at the start, I think I would question the source where it's coming from, because how have they got this information? But other people who have been fantastic on this, and we have every right to be skeptical, simply because how many of these fucking stories have we seen, man? Honestly, like, we've been round the roundabout with this. Where are they getting their information from? Because I haven't seen anything from the Mail about the takeover. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen anything personally on it. So I don't know. I don't know where they're getting it from. I don't know if they wanted clicks or if a story or people to go live like we're doing now. But it's definitely worth talking about, because ultimately, if something breaks tomorrow and more people start speaking about it, then obviously they got the scoop on it, and we would look like idiots.
Well, we had the son from Neil Custard, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago, who said the sale is going to be done end of October or something, and then a bunch of people came out and basically denied the story and said that it's complete bollocks.
Yeah.
So is this going to be a similar thing, that they've broke the story, and then you're going to get the likes of Mike Keegan, Ben Jacobs, etc., come out tomorrow and just be like, no, that's not true. It's still up for sale, blah, blah, blah. So that could be the case.
If Ben Jacobs had tweeted this tonight, or Mike Keegan had tweeted this tonight, then I would be like, oh shit, that's not good.
Or Reuters or Bloomberg or someone.
Yes. Equally as well, I think 5-6 weeks ago, I remember we covered it. Mike Keegan put out that they're thinking about staying until, was it autumn? Or they'll be here at least past autumn, I think it was. So I don't know what information. It's so hard to find out what information is correct from anyone, because I've seen Ben Jacobs putting out things conflicting to Mike Keegan. I've seen Reuters put out things. Remember the thing with Reuters when it was exclusivity?
Yeah.
Period. And they're like,
they doubled down on it as well, because people said it wasn't true, and then they released the article again and retweeted it and went, no, so this is true.
If Reuters are not getting it right, then how the fuck are the Mail gonna know? I don't know. I really don't know who to believe. It's hard. You kind of got trust issues, haven't you, with this at the minute? It's hard to believe anyone. So I don't know. I'll have to see more developments on it, but I'm fuming at the news. I've only literally just seen it because you brought it to my attention. So fucking hell.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I imagine there's going to be some stories or some reporters either tonight or tomorrow, first thing in the morning, basically either confirming or denying this story. I've not seen anything at the minute.
I would be hugely surprised if people came out after this and it was like, whoever, what was the guy's name who was reporting? Alex something, did you say?
Alex something for the Mail Sport.
Yeah, never heard of him personally, but if he's got the scoop and it comes out tomorrow, I've not even had a look at the stock market. It'd be interesting to see how they reacted to the stock market on this. I believe The last time I checked
it's closed at the minute, isn't it?
Oh
It's
yeah,
the weekend.
of course it is. But it was on $23 the last time I checked. So, and you know what people are like, reactionary, goes down and stuff. So, well, it wouldn't surprise me. We've spoken about this before. It would not surprise me if they decided to stay and make more money, because that is what they do. I just hope United fans, because we are a split fan base, can come together on this, and just do as much as we possibly can. Boycott the sponsors, protest every game. Yeah. That is my wish. Mess out.
I'll read out a couple of comments in the chat. Lucky Singh saying it's dog shit. He's saying not building a new stadium. Your place at the Cosmos is crying. They can jog on. Henry Jones. Moondog, don't let this ruin United, lads. Remember, Brighton beat Newcastle 3-1 and Chelsea lost 1-0 to Forest. That is true. That is very good. Yeah. Henry Jones can't watch Match of the Day in peace, man. Sorry, Henry. It's not our fault. UTFI is saying, are we trusting the Mail? Well, that's what we're saying. We're questioning it. Eddie Love, if it's true, the fans should take the Glazers to court. I mean, I don't think we have any legal standing to make them sell. Like, they bought it, whether it was through means we agree with or means that are no longer legal because they closed that loophole now. We can't do anything about it legally. Like, we can't. Yeah. Like,
and also the line you said, there was another line in the report about being thick-skinned.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't give a shit.
They honestly don't give a shit. Like, if they really did, they wouldn't have dragged us this far.
It's the money.
Like 9, 10.
Their thinking is this: is the money still coming in? Is dividends still coming? Yeah, right, cool. Carry on.
I think that's so weird to us, though, isn't it? Because obviously we're in a completely different, like, whole spectrum to what they are. We can't grasp the concept of how they think and how they can sit there and just be like, no, we want 10 billion. And it's like, this is something you've inherited from your dad. It's not something you've built up from the ground. You inherited it from your dad, and you want almost 12 times the amount what you inherited it for. So they're a joke, man. They're an absolute joke. I'm running out of words to describe them because we've spoken about them so much on this channel. Look, one of the reasons why we started this channel, one of the reasons why it has its green and gold colours was because of the stance against the Glazers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They could be here for a long, long time. I really don't know.
Just a couple more comments. Your place covers. I don't want to believe this Mail report. UTF5, if this is true, it'd be last year I had my season ticket. I feel like a lot of fans might reach breaking point if this is true.
You can't do that. You can't announce it and then go back on it. Like, obviously legally they can, I think. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with the other parties involved.
Question. They looked for this strategic, what was it? Strategic I can't remember what the phrase.
Alternative.
That was the one. So they clearly need money. So are they going to take a minor investment if they're staying? Because they need money. They physically need cash flow because they don't have it. So they're going to have to take some sort of investment, aren't they?
They need, the reason why they needed to do that was because of the stadium. But if they're willing to put that stadium off for another 12 months to get an extra £1 billion, then they're going to do it, aren't they? And obviously you get the other incomes, like I mentioned, with the Champions League and stuff. So I don't know. I really don't know. This could have anything to do with just waiting until January to take dividends out. You've seen so many kind of theories and hypotheses about this kind of thing. So
I'm fucking done with the Glazers, UTF, mate. I've been done with them since day one. So yeah, I feel stadium is fucked. I agree. Don't listen to him until Fabio comes out. I mean, Fabio, like, he's not been covering the takeover really. Like, he's dropped bits here and there, but he's not really the sort of source of like takeover information. Mike Keegan, Reuters, Bloomberg, Ben Jacobs has been on it as well. Like, even though he's been wrong a couple of times, if they tweet something or they come out with something, then there's a bit of substance to it. But again, Mail Sport is what it is.
Yeah, I will be really worried if we get a tweet tomorrow. Mike Keegan's like, Glazers will stay.
B Winnie SM, stop going to games, never mind process. It's like UTFI get the Brighton game cancelled. I mean, if this turns out to be true, something might happen. Definitely something.
Well, maybe they might be leaking it out there to see what reaction it gets. Maybe. But you're only ever going to get one reaction when you leak that news. So.
Your place got things needs to go to the extreme to sort this out. Yeah, I think fans might, if there's an official announcement where they go, we're taking this off the market, there's an official United States, like there was with the strategic alternatives, I think you might see things start to take a step up a notch. I think
Super League level.
Yeah, you're going to see people on the pitch. You're going to see games cancelled, buses thing. We're going to get points deducted and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's going to take another level of stuff because fans have reached breaking point at this point, and the only thing keeping them here is the idea that the sale might happen or it's still ongoing. And if that goes away, I don't know what people will do. UTFR, these fuckers are pure evil. I hate them. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Absolutely agree with you. But yeah, it's crazy. If this is true, it's a crazy, crazy story. But again, we have to reiterate, they are the only ones going with this at the minute. Nobody else is reporting this.
The timing of it as well. After everything that's happened through the summer, the shambles that's been and stuff with Greenwood, to then when the window closes, you then say we're going to stay. I mean, like, you couldn't have put a worse nail in the coffin if you tried. So I expect big reaction to this if it's true and a few more people confirm. But let's just wait and see what happens. Obviously, we will react to this, so make sure you turn on the notification bell. Make sure you follow us on socials as well, because obviously we always post on there whenever we are going live. Whatever time of the night it is, all morning, and we will report these
I'm just having a look, because they are trending at the minute. So I'm just going to look, you see, as if there's anything else.
That alone could be one of the reasons why the mail might have gone flat a little bit. What can we do to get a bit of hype, generate a bit of clicks? What's the best thing we could possibly talk about? Oh, well, the takeover news has been a little bit quiet recently. All right, bang out a story out there that the Glazers are looking to stay now, because other people have mentioned it. So that would be, we're not saying they're definitely staying, they're saying they might stay, and word it like that. That's what I think is happening here. But again, we've been wrong before, haven't we? So
yeah, Nick Harris. Yeah, it's the same story. Alex Miller was the journalist. Yeah, I can't see anything else that's going on. Let's have a look at some people.
The thing is, with it being weekend as well, like you mentioned, Sam, it's with it being not many things happen on the weekend. Usually when stories break or something legit, so it's what Monday to Fridays where you get the good stuff. Sunday is what we're technically going into now, which is usually like paper talk day. So that's why I'm skeptical as well about it.
There's a comment there, UTFR. We had Cussy saying it's done, the Mail saying it's off. United, the biggest clickbait club in the world. Of course they are. They know what gets clicks, what gets attention. If you put Manchester United in any headline, you've automatically got people coming to it. Like, it's just the way it is.
These people should be fucking questioned in person. I don't like when players are accountable after a game and they have to talk about it. Why can we not put fucking Neil Custard in a room and say, why did you put that out, mate? Because he's obviously they're doing it to get clicks, but I don't think they realise the emotion that's involved with it, with fans like ourselves who are talking about this every single day and hoping and waiting and praying that it happens. And then we're like, Neil Custard's put this guy from the Mail's put this guy's done this guy. So we're like that, literally following this news like a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, B with ESM might be Arsenal PR before the game. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Yeah, surprise, man.
Is that Jay McGorgan? Can we all just stop and point and laugh at Chelsea for a second? Always got time for that, mate. Always got time for that.
Yeah. What is going on there, man? Crazy.
And Elanga as well. Once a red, always a red. It's always good.
You see him taking the piss in the corner at Mudwick. Yeah. He's just giving it all that.
Love it. I'm here for it.
Guys, we said that Anthony Elanga has bagged more goals than all of our attackers combined this season so far.
Yeah. Well, I can't see anything else, but yeah, in one person is leaving. CM Punk has been fired from AEW, and the other fuckers are staying. The Glazers are staying at Manchester United. So it is
different world.
It's two different worlds, but massive things going on. Henry saying I trolled the Chelsea channel on that. Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I can't see anything else popping off. So if that is it, I think we can wrap it up there. But yeah, we just wanted to bring you a story because Glazers are breaking story. We wanted to comment on it because we feel like that's what we owe you as a channel. Like, if there's news, we'll bring it to you, and then we'll try and make a comment on it. We'll try and make sense of it, and we'll try and give our opinion on it. That's the whole thing of it. Lewis in the chat, once again, I don't believe a word of it. Yeah, let's wait for people who are in the know to confirm or deny, or see if anything else comes out. But we have to report the news, and that's what we do. Yeah, anything else you wanted to say, Nick, before we hop off?
No, I think, join me for the watch along tomorrow. Arsenal, huge game. things actually on the pitch. We don't have to discuss things off the pitch.
Yeah.
Huge game ahead, away at the Emirates. It's going to be massive. So join me at 3:30 for the watch along. We'll go through the team lineup together, and discuss the game in general. So don't miss that. I might do a morning show as well. If anything breaks on this, if we get more developments on this Glazers situation, then I'll definitely go live in the morning, and we'll discuss that as well. So.
Yeah. Thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. I know it's a late one. I know it's what are we on, 25 to midnight. So appreciate everybody joining us. But hopefully we didn't ruin your day too much. But join Nick tomorrow for the watch along, and hopefully we can beat Arsenal. So at least we have something to smile about this weekend. Because if we lose to Arsenal and then this happens, I think a couple of people might need to be talked away from roofs, or sharp instruments might need to be hidden in the house. Sure. So
yeah. It's getting to that level with Manchester United at the minute, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Let's call it a night then. Cheers for jumping on, Nick. Appreciate it, even though it's a terrible story.
Isn't it? Always fucking is.
Yeah. See you all later in the chat. Appreciate you joining us. Peace out.
In a bit, boys.